Hi, exploring whiskey people.
Welcome back to Exploring Whiskeys. I'm Eric.
And I'm Kevin.
And today we are going to be taking a trip down the beam line.
Yeah, this is a bit of a specialty bottle, I guess.
Outside of the gift shop at the distillery.
Right, yeah. So Old Tub was generally available at the gift shop if you went to the distillery in, Claremont, Kentucky?
Yep.
Or they do have a downtown distillery in Louisville. Mm-hmm. They used to sell little 375s of this. Just recently, they decided to bottle 750s and put them on the shelf. So that's what we're sampling. We are sampling the kind of a newer out on the shelf line for Old Tub from Jim Beam.
And the name kind of goes back to that adage of you'd show up at the distillery with almost anything you had that could hold some bourbon.
Yep.
And apparently some people back in the day would
put the old tub.
Pull a tub over. So
that's one way to get your bourbon. I wouldn't mind getting a tub of bourbon.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of interesting. Interesting notes for this one. This is actually a bottled in bond. So we've gone through this a couple times, but the bigger important notes of that is it's going to be 100 proof, yep. And it's at least 4 years old, and bottled in glass. So that's kind of some of the interesting parts in this, but this is based off a recipe of what
Jim Beam himself.
Yeah, Beam used to drink. This is something
his
he enjoyed.
Everyday go-to drinker.
Yeah, so he'd make this for his friends, his family, and people would show up and have a good sample, and now we're going
pretty
to.
Good time too.
Yeah, I'm sure. We haven't done just a straight Jim Beam.
No.
My understanding is that there is just a Jim Beam bottled in bond that should be similar, but I would think a little different. Well, for saying it's 100 proof, I don't get a super strong nose off that. Like it's not you're not burning the nose hair on ethanol. I get sweet and cinnamon.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
But it's not apple. It's not. So that I mean, we've done so many Buffalo Trace distilleries where you get a little bit of apple and then you get a little bit of cinnamon. It's not that. It's more of I don't know. It's a different fruit. It's a dry fruit of some sort. It's interesting.
You feel the 100 proof on
that taste.
On that taste.
Yeah, there's a little bit more of a bite especially off the very beginning of that taste. Cinnamon is really strong through that. It's kind of funny. It's not.
I'd be curious what a drop of water would do on this one.
Yeah,
Open it up a little bit.
Well, it's not super oily, but there's a little bit of oil sitting in there. It's not overly dark either, so I'm guessing they're staying really close to that 4 year.
Yeah. A little bit of rye, which might give it that's kind of that spicy finish.
Yeah, I could see a couple notes in there. It's not overly rye, but yeah, I could definitely see a couple notes that would remind me of rye in there. But it's not a fireball, but that's kind of, I get a fruit and a cinnamon, whereas, fireball is just going to be all cinnamon or whatever it is. But it's a different fruit. It's not something it's not that cherry, that apple, even the Old Forester banana notes that you get and stuff like that. Like it's not that. It's something's a little different, but really nice. For 100 proof, there's not a overpowering burn. Mm-mm. There's not an overpowering flavor note. It goes through like I said, initial sweet, a little bit of a spice, a cinnamon or whatever it ends up, and it kind of finishes sweet too, and it just kind of lingers a little bit. So there's probably a solid amount of oil, but it's not overly overpowering. Get a little bit of hug on that.
Yeah, the Kentucky hug.
I feel like I got a little hug. That's nice. And for $23?
Yes. You can't beat that price point.
100 proof bottle? for $23, that is a very solid purchase. You're getting your money's worth on that one.
It definitely mellows out the more the more sips I've had.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't get as much burn as I did on that first sip. I'm warm.
Is that acclimating? I was gonna say, is that acclimating to the flavor, or is that it aerating, or a little of both maybe?
I don't know. It's mellowed out a little bit.
Yeah, I just off that last drink, I just again got that.
I'm warm inside.
I got my hug. I got that warm feeling just coming down the inside. That this is to me. So since I'm not a huge rye fan, I'm working on that. This is a great winner. This could be a very good cold night. Having a sip of this, really that warmth from the inside. That could be very nice.
The fire pit.
Yeah, with a cinnamon note to it. Everything. This just screams fall.
It's right around the corner.
It is. This year's going pretty quick. But there is a sweeter note, but it's not obnoxiously sweet. It is. There's a fruit. Really wish I could place that fruit.
Well, yeah, I hope for the price point on this one that they keep this one around.
Yeah, they stick around. That would be.
It's a good choice on their part to take it outside of the gift shop and start mass producing it, so to speak.
Yeah.
But no, this is pretty good.
I am interested what the distribution market looks like. Is it Kentucky, Ohio, Tennessee? Did they just keep it regional, or did they really go? I mean, it's Jim Beam. Jim Beam's everywhere, so they could go wherever they wanted to with the amount of power they have.
But Jim Beam also, I think it was in the little book initially. You could only get it in Kentucky. So I imagine this might have started out just in Kentucky, maybe with the volume, hopefully the volume that was sold. Then they said, let's branch out. But no, glad I made it here. Tennessee.
Yeah. I'm super glad we grabbed a bottle of that. Again, $23, 100 proof, solid taste to it, not overly, the bottle and bond. So it's 4 years. It's not going to be overly young and sharp and that off-putting notes. Very good bottle for the price.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely very enjoyable. And all right, now I'm looking forward to.
I'm hoping it sticks around. This is good.
I'd love to have this around the Halloween, Thanksgiving time frame. This is like a perfect drinker for that time frame of the year.
Maybe we need to stock up.
Maybe we get some backup bottles here.
First bourbon in the Beam lineup for us.
Yeah, and not a bad start.
I think we got a few others around here that we can probably.
I believe there may be a few.
So, well, we've enjoyed the old tub.
Yes.
Hope you guys have as well. Again, we've got more in the Beam line coming up in future episodes. But if there's a specific one you'd like to see in one of the more upcoming episodes, leave us a comment. We'd love for you to hit the like button at the bottom of the screen.
Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you get notified every time that we put out a new show. And thanks very much for watching.
See you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.